before I say anything and start anything, well, the gameplay is going to be shown anyways, but if you guys are new to the channel, which I'm sure most of you guys are, really appreciate if you guys go ahead and subscribe and also like the video. Comment your feedback. Needless to say, man, there is so much stuff to talk about. Let me just start off by saying too, Brian Flores, man, I'll get into that right now momentarily, but as you guys can see, we got the Bengals versus the Chiefs. And cool thing is, these are two playoff teams, and shout out to Joe Burrow, man. He's honestly balling out. It's unbelievable how amazing he's performing, coming back from a torn ACL injury and just becoming a dominant player and showing why he was that #1 overall pick with the Cincinnati Bengals. And just how things turned around for the Bengals so quickly with the addition to Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon at running back. There's just honestly nothing more you could possibly say the Bengals are in the right direction. However, though, we got Patrick Mahomes on the other side. And the cool thing about Patrick Mahomes as well is that he's going to be in the NFL for a long time as a healthy player. He really rarely gets injured. He takes hits, and he's honestly a franchise quarterback. Needless to say, my opponent drives downfield, ends up getting a touchdown. But what I was going to say is, yeah, man, honestly, the Bengals, shout out to them, because a lot of teams, they definitely tank. And my Dolphins are definitely one of the teams that tanked. And right here, look at this interception by the Honey Badger. What? The Honey Badger? I'm just playing. That's one of my favorite players too. Ends up getting a one-handed pick, but a lot of teams tend to tank, but they don't do it properly. A lot of times the general managers or whoever makes the draft decisions ends up making some very questionable decisions. Needless to say, the Bengals are on the right path and could possibly make it far into playoffs. I also like to hear you guys' opinions on the team. What team do you guys think is going to go far in the playoffs? And defense ends up coming up clutch. Let's get it. Now, yes, like I said, I was going to get into that Brian Flores situation. Well, this isn't necessarily a Dolphin video, and I don't want to make this topic on the Dolphins because I made one already, and I'm definitely going to make one pretty soon. And look at my boy. Oh, Jamar Chase ends up almost getting up the catch. However, he does not. But what I was going to say is, look, I'm going to just put my 2 cents in real quick. We end up kicking a field goal. Do we end up getting it? And it is up. And you know, against the Chiefs, you got to put up a lot of points. But what I was going to say is, the thing about Brian Flores, and I've noticed this over the time being of his tenure with the Dolphins, which is like 3 years or so or something like that, around 3 or 4 years, around that time frame, Flores was okay. I mean, there was times where he would like really get upset, like really angry. He'll start yelling at the players. I remember when he used to yell at Josh Rosen. And yes, look at that interception by Awuzie. Ends up getting a pick 6 with that amazing speed. But like, yeah, I mean, Flores, honestly, as much as I feel like a lot of people feel like he was the best coach or a good coach, of course he was a good coach. I'm not going to take that away from him, but I don't know. I mean, as a fan, I watched a lot of games, guys. Like, I watched practically almost every game. Like, even the blowouts, I would watch him, and Flores would make some very questionable decisions. Like, he would make some questionable calls that made no sense. However, though, it was still kind of early on. I feel like it's a little bit early to fire him. However, though, Ross, the owner, Stephen Ross, he's already fed up. However, though, we'll leave that for another video. Look at this touchdown by my opponent, though. Look. One thing I'll tell you guys as well is a lot of times people end up playing with like Mahomes or like Brady, and they don't know how to utilize those players. They just be doing all this that bogus stuff. It doesn't make sense, and my opponent was definitely showcasing Mahomes the best of his ability. Also, once again, I'd like to remind you guys, if you guys are enjoying the video, go ahead and leave that like and subscribe if you haven't. And look at this throw up to T. Higgins, ends up being an incompletion. I sometimes be thinking that's Chad Ochocinco. I'll be like, is that Chad? Unfortunately, that is not Chad Ochocinco, but T. Higgins, though, he's a baller too. And look at Joe Burrow staying patient in the pocket. Wait, what? Oh, ends up getting sacked. Oh my goodness, man. That is something that we definitely got to get our eye on, is the offensive lineman. We got to protect Burrow as much as we can, especially in the playoffs. You got to see something going on with the O-line, and look at Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, phew, baller as well. And check this out, though. You guys see the time frame. You guys see the minutes we have left. The 4th down situation ends up getting the 1st down. Let's get it, T. Higgins. And wait just a minute now. We're making some audibles like Peyton Manning out here. And look at Burrow connecting with, once again, Jamar Chase. Let's freaking go. Ends up getting the touchdown. And wait just a minute now. Look, I know my opponent's been balling out with Patrick Mahomes, but that Bengals defense for some reason in this game was like, we are not playing no games today. Ends up getting an interception. Wait, don't tell me that's a Woozier once again. What? Ends up completely shutting down the game because my opponent ends up quitting. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for some more videos. Let's go. Bengals, I'm pushing for you guys to go far in the playoffs. I can't wait till the first game starts for the Supercard Wild Weekend. Whatever happens, it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed.